Hola, Portia. Okay, we have a lot to cover because we only have 15 minutes, and thank you for purchasing a 15-minute reading. I'm going to shuffle these cards while I talk to you to get your energies into it. So, wow, you had a very long and lengthy deal going on with a lot of complications to it. So let's start off with you. You said you're a Pisces Sun, a Libra Moon, Sagittarius Rising. Usually I do the astrological profile, but you didn't offer a place that you were born, so I can't really do that. So I'm going to go off of what your sign, or you're telling me your signs are. So the good news is you are doing exactly what you were intended to do. So if you ever had any doubt about what you went to school for and what you're intended to do, don't have any doubt. There's nobody that's more suited to do what you do than you with your sun-moon combination. So the arts really appeal to you. You're a very creative person because you have an exact comprehension of form, beauty, and aesthetics that rarely others have. Your spirit nature enables you to experience great joy. You're very peace-loving, romantic, emotionally strong yet sensitive. Once you set goals, no one can match you for determination and commitment. So obviously, if you want to be a fashion designer, everything you're doing creatively, you seem like a wonderfully creative spirit. You're going to achieve it all, and you're going to do very well at it, okay? Reality can be hard for you to deal with. Sometimes you'll use your imagination to escape reality, and I don't blame you given the life you laid out for me. You want comfort and you want security, but you shouldn't have to settle just to get it. So make sure you don't do that. Emotional balance can be upset by tension. So you as a Pisces Libra, I mean, I can't believe you even survived what you went through growing up, because it must have been very upsetting to you and very wounding to you. I mean, you must have, I don't know if it's your Sagittarius strength, girl, or what, but you got through it, okay? All right. You're an ideal romantic partner also. You know the balance to give and take. You have to be careful not to get involved with an overly controlling partner. I'm going to tell you right now, you're a magnet for narcissists and emotional vampires. And I'm going to tell you right now, your mother is a narcissist and an emotional vampire. I do. I feel that she knows you're going to placate her. She knows you're going to enable her. She knows that you know her. She knows that you're going to let her get away with things. And she just feeds off of you. And you're 23. I get it now. You're young. You're in a position where you have to live with her and you have to put up with it. I get it. I'm going to tell you, it took me until I was 35 years old to realize how negatively my mother was kind of affecting me. And I had a child, and then it started affecting my child. So I couldn't have it anymore. So I basically cut my mom out of my life. I haven't talked to her for like 4 years now. And she lives across the street from me, by the way. So, but I don't deal with her. And the minute I made that choice, everything in my life became increasingly better. I became better at business. I started making more money. I started making better friends. I started having better relationships because she wasn't controlling me. I wasn't under her thumb all the time, trying to please her, trying to placate her, trying to do whatever. I wasn't walking on eggshells, and it was a huge, immense relief for me, okay? I don't like your mother's energy at all. She's not going to change. And she was raised, obviously it's not her fault. Okay, it's never our fault how we're raised or what was kind of put on us, but how we deal with it, how we cope with it, and getting help for it is our responsibility. Okay, and if you just sit there and say, oh, well, this happened to me, so that's how I am, that's not helping anybody. And you have to take responsibility for your actions, no matter who caused it or what happened to you, and it's your responsibility to become a better person and not have it affect other people. I don't like that she let it affect you. I don't like that she took her pain and she put it on you. And I'm starting to cry right now. Sorry, empath things. You feel the energy and you start to feel things, okay? And it's not about me. It's just I feel what you went through. And as a mother, I just think it's a horrible thing to do to a child. But I'm glad that you came out of it. And I'm glad that you're a survivor, because you definitely seem like a survivor. Now, what I don't like is all these characters you keep running through, okay? This is the psychology part of it I'm going to tell you about. I feel like you kind of get into these things, and maybe you're hoping a relationship is going to heal you or fix you somehow or make you happy somehow or whatever. You kind of have to do that on your own, and you have to become whole and healthy on your own before you can get into a healthy relationship. because it just seems like things have been very active for you in the relationship department. Um, and now you're like between two guys and this, that, and that's part of being young too. That's part of being 23. I've been there, but just be a little careful of that. I'd like to see you work on yourself a little bit more than um, these other people are thinking about what these other people are doing, like Jair, right? And we have Marcus, we have Zach, Simba, and we have your friend, but that's your ex-best friend. And then your father, the relationship with your father, that was kind of, so you're doing the best with what you have. I think that's awesome. But you have to assert yourself. You have to stand up for yourself, and you have to be okay with that. So when it comes to your mom, I understand you're relying on her right now. I get it. Do what you have to do because of the situation you're in. But when you get out of that situation, you have got to assert yourself with her and make boundaries and say, this is what I'm going to put up with, and this is what I'm not. I'm an adult now, and you don't have that control over me. You did. You respect me as an adult, or our relationship needs to drastically change, okay? And you're not going to be in my life. Now, that's just my opinion. You can do what you want. You have free will. So, you kind of spelled everything out, and then I boiled it down to 3 questions from you, so I'm going to look into your 3 questions that you have here. Is she currently pulling you away from something? Yes, she's currently pulling you away for your entire life. You could have a better quality of life without her. You could. She actually needs you because I don't feel like a lot of people put up with her. I'm trying to feel if she has friendships around her. I don't feel that. I think your mother, the feeling that I get from your mother is that she overly does things so that people will be accepting of her. Like you were saying, she gets involved. She was involved. She was the pom-pom coach, and she was like in school. She has to be like up in the mix so that she can portray herself as this person to kind of hide how she is underneath. And it's just not genuine, and she's not doing the work she needs to do to be the best person she could be or taking responsibility for who she is. All right. So I don't even know how they're going to answer this question. So Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your clarity, and your wisdom for Portia in regards to her mother, Portia Pate? I want to say Pate or Pate? Pate. She would like to know if her mother is currently pulling her away from something. Is her mother currently pulling her away from somebody? Or something, sorry. Is her mother currently pulling her away from something? Please grant me the objectivity to read these cards that are intended to be read and say your messages as you intend them to be said for the question. Is the mother of Portia Pate pulling her away from something? Is Portia's mother pulling her away from something? I'm going to go over the time a little bit because I feel that it's necessary. Okay, so we have the 5 of Pentacles in reverse. So it's pretty much what I said. Your mother knows that you're not going to leave her out in the cold, because if it was in the upright, it would be you leaving her out in the cold, or her knowing that you're going to leave her out in the cold. But with the 5 of Pentacles, she knows you're not going to do that. I think she knows that with all her heart, that you're always going to give her another chance. You're always going to love her unconditionally, even if you sacrifice many things in your life for it, okay? She's actually clinging on to you, all right? One of the things about the 5 of Pentacles, it's clinging on to somebody. It's somebody not examining their values and clinging on to somebody to avoid something. So she really has an attachment to you and clings on to you because she has a fear of change, or because she has a fear that she's going to have to face herself. Clinging on to you makes her easy for her to ignore her things. It's almost like she's hoarding you because it makes her feel safe. And she doesn't have confidence and she doesn't have faith in herself. So she just kind of attaches herself to you. This is also about, and this is the you part, okay? Because this is the relationship with your mother. It's suffering due to somebody's selfish behavior. Somebody who doesn't want to give to you emotionally. So your mother doesn't want to give to you emotionally, or she withholds things. So she withholds emotions, or she withholds money because it's Pentacles. Okay? You might be reliant on her for money, and she's using that as a string to tug. And it's also being ill-treated by somebody. All right? So yeah, she's pulling you away from your life. She's actually pulling you down. Okay. Um, if you have to do what you have to do, I mean, part of this, another meaning of this card, the Five of Pentacles, it's a temporary influence. It means it'll pass. It means you're doing what you have to do because you have to survive. But when you get this chapter closed, I think you should turn this around and leave her in the cold and set up your boundaries and let her know if it's going to continue like this, you and I can't have a relationship of any sort. Unless you just, that's only if you want your life to turn around in a positive way. If you just want to continue going through the patterns that you are and placating other people and walking on eggshells and doing whatever you're doing, then by all means, but just realize it's going to affect your success and your life and positivity from coming in, okay? Do you need to let go of, is it Shadon? I'm going to say Shadon. And Jayari? See, I'm Spanish, so I'm like Jayari and Chardon. I'm half Spanish, so I'm like, I don't, but let me just ask them. Holy Spirit, angels, divine guides, universe, can you please provide your truth, your clarity, your wisdom, and insight in regards to if PorshaP needs to let go of Chardon and Jayari? Jayari? Does she need to let go of... Oh, Shadon, who is her former best friend, and JR. I'm going to say JR. Does she need to let go of Shadon, her former best friend, and JR, her ex-love interest? Does she need to let go of them? Please provide your truth, your wisdom, your insight in regards to if she needs to let go of Jaden and JR. Does Portia need to let go of Jaden and Jaden? I feel like you need to let some people go. You have too many people in your head right now. Okay, Two of Swords in reverse. So obviously you're dealing with this decision on whether or not you should cut them out of your life. The Two of Swords in reverse is really not knowing what to do. I mean, it is a decision. You're deciding between the two of them, but you don't have the clarity on what to do. Okay, you're obviously, so you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, and you're finding it really difficult to make a decision about what to do. You're struggling to see what the right choice in regards to them. You feel like either option is going to lead you to negative consequences. So they're telling you lay out the pros and cons of each option available to you and weigh which option will have the most favorable outcome, okay? Two of Swords is also about mental confusion when it's reversed. And information overload. You're overwhelmed with like other people's points of view and additional detailed information about what options are available to you. I think you're overwhelming yourself. I don't necessarily know what's coming from other people, although it can be. But realize at the end of the day, you're going to have to make a decision. So you're going to want to sift through everything and figure out what you're going to do, what's most relevant and helpful. You're feeling stuck in the middle, too, in between these two decisions, or the two of them, or just trying to figure out what to do with them. You're probably trying to play like a peacemaker role, but you're just confusing yourself and creating more tension. So you want to make peace with them, I think, but like I said, you're just confusing yourself, you're creating more tension. You're hoping that these relationships are going to be harmonious again. They're not. You just need to figure out what you need to do for yourself to create peace and get yourself out of there. I don't feel like holding on to them is going to serve you. I think it's just going to create more confusion, and you're going to have more problems arise as a result. I do think, though, I mean, some of these personalities, you got to cut some of these people loose so that you can focus, have more focus. It's like a juggling act with all the stuff you have going on in your head in these personalities. Do I get anything? Holy Spirit angels. Can you show us something about Jair? Can you show us about something about Jair? I'm just going to do them individually. Can you please show us something about Jair? What do you get from the name Jair? What can you tell us about Jair? What can you tell us about him as a person? What can you tell us about him as an energy? What do you get from Jair? Let me trying to think what he is. Oh, and Jair is the Virgo. What do you get from Jair? Holy Spirit angels, what can you tell me about the name Jair? What energies can you tell me about Jair? Oh, Queen of Wands. All right, so the Queen of Wands is telling me he's somebody that's really stepping into his power right now and initiating stuff. That's what the Queen of Wands is all about. And that he's kind of fixated on that. So he must have some kind of goal that he's kind of planning on doing, and he's all about that right now. And he's very excited, and he's headlong kind of going into it. He's doing it with warmth, vibrance, determination. It's about really going for it in a powerful way, and leading a really busy and active life. Like, things are getting really busy, but he's stepping into what he's meant to do. His creative energies are really high. He has a really good sense of like life direction right now. He's really confident, full of ideas. I feel like he's fixated on this new person he's going to be, or he envisions himself being. Really powerful. She actually has dreams of being a celebrity one day. So, and literally, it's within the entertainment industry. So he wants to be known to be someone, okay? He's being very social. He's building professional networks. He tends to draw people to him with his charisma and positive energy. He's really being an extrovert. He's enjoying being the center of attention. So in regards to him, I just don't feel like there's any room for you with what's going on with him right now. And what you had said about he broke up with you because he doesn't want to cheat on you, I kind of believe that. I almost feel like part of what he wanted to say was he just couldn't handle a relationship with what he was going to get into. I don't think he was going to have the time to put into a personal relationship. And he just kind of knew he was just going to like, there's going to be a girl here, there's going to be a girl there. But he's very focused on his career, and he's very focused on making it happen. And he's loving everything that's going on around him while this is going on. So that's what they're telling me about him, okay, with the Queen of Wands in the upright. Let's check into Simba. Let's say Kimba. I don't know if it's Kimba or Simba. So again, I apologize. Can you please show us what you're getting from the name Kimba or Simba? What are you getting from PorshaP's new love interest? Simba. C-Y-M-B-A. What are you getting from that name? What are you getting from that person? What is the energy you're getting from the name and the person? C-Y-M-B-A, Simba or Kimba. This word your truth, your wisdom, your clarity, and honesty in regards to Simba or Kimba. Okay. Can you please show us what you're getting from the name Simba or Kimba? Who is this person named Simba? What is this energy? Person, personality, perspective. What do we need to know? Queen of Pentacles. All right, that's so funny. It's funny to me that we pulled a queen for Jair, and now we pulled a Queen of Pentacles for Simba, which can mean that they actually have or could have feminine energies to them. Not saying, like in a, whatever way, but that they, you can have feminine energies in a lot of ways, just in a nurturing way, or just how you groom yourself or something like that. So it tells me you might be attracted to men who have feminine energies to them, because it was two queens. So that's interesting. It's maybe not like so much the alpha male, or maybe the alpha male on the surface, but then underneath, like they have a softness to them. So that's good in a way. Now, let's talk about this Queen of Pentacles here. Queen of Pentacles, very independent woman who can take care of herself. It's funny because Jair got the earth, he got the fire energy, and Simba got the earth energy. So it's almost like they swapped. So with Jair, I almost feel like he's like a Virgo acting like a fire energy, and Simba's like a fire energy trying to be a little more grounded and earthy. Okay? So what they're telling you in regards to this Queen of Pentacles, let me turn off this alarm so it doesn't go off. And I'll just describe how the Queen of Pentacles is. Like I said, she's very grounded. She's a very independent thinker. She takes care of everything. She can take care of home, house, the people in the house. She's actually the total package when it comes to any of the the royals, so to speak. She can handle anything that she doesn't need anybody. She wants people, but she doesn't need anybody. Okay, but she's also very free. She's also independent. So this is kind of the Sagittarius talking here, because Sagittarius are wildly free and independent. So even though he's, like I said he likes his freedom and he likes his independence. Okay. Sometimes she even means that she's like a single person, but that's not the case here. I think because he's a Sagittarius, it's important to him that you respect that he has this, freedom and independent energy to him. Okay. The Queen of Pentacles shows love for other people by like doing things for them, like cooking or cleaning or making a warm home or bringing in a decent amount of money to support people. That's kind of what she is. She's somebody you can really rely on. And like I said, good with money. It provides loving support, very nurturing. It's sometimes a card of like a teacher, a counselor, or a mentor, somebody like along those lines. And they're kind of working on establishing a comfortable lifestyle. Yeah, so I'm getting that he has a stable income. He has independence to him, but he's somebody that shows his love by doing things for you rather than speaking them, if that makes sense. He might not be like a I love you, I love you, I love you all the time person, but his actions show you that he loves you. So you should look to that more. He could, and I think he provides you security of some type, like you feel secure with him, a physical security. He's generous. He will share with others. And he's kind of down to earth. So it is interesting to me that he's taking on these earth-like qualities, but he's a Sagittarius, but yet he has independence and freedom, the Sagittarius. Obviously, I'm going to say this is the guy. And I think you need somebody that's like a little bit independent and freedom so that you don't like make that person your life. I think you need somebody that has their own life and that you respect those boundaries and you learn to kind of be like that, because that's a really hard thing to learn, to support somebody's freedom and things that they love to do and their independence. Sometimes that's hard for a lot of people, but I think that for you it's going to serve you really well if you do. Okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this reading up because we're actually 22 minutes. I went a little bit over, but it was kind of worth it, I think, for you. I'm going to upload this. If you have any